In my last video, I talked about the changes that Giants has been making both as a company and directly to the game to make it more attractive to North American players. I touched briefly on some of the new equipment they've added to try to appease those of us west of the Atlantic, but I wanted to take it one step further and give a brief overview of the pieces of equipment that I'm most excited about in Farming Simulator 22, including some that were just announced with the latest set of fact sheets. I'll also take a minute at the end of the video to talk about a couple major items that are missing from past versions and what I'm most disappointed about. Let's start off with the most recent announcement, and it was a big one: the Mack Anthem and the Load King Distinction Super Bee. I'm really happy to see that we've got not only one, but two Mack trucks in the game, and a real Super Bee trailer to boot. I see these Load Kings all over the highways, so it's fantastic to get them in the game. Keeping with the Mack theme, let's move on to the other one, the Superliner. I love that Giants has given us a slightly older model to go along with the newer one. And let's talk about the convey-all seed tender that it's pulling in the screenshot. I used a similar mod a ton in FS19, so it's awesome to see one of these in the base game. Next, I want to mention a couple of the mid-size tractors that have been added: the Case Magnum AFS Connect and the John Deere 8RX. Both of these are looking stunning, and I can't wait to get my hands on them. And that Demco auger wagon that the Case is pulling is a gem as well, and I love that we have another option for a large grain cart in addition to the Elmer's Haulmaster, which is in the base game as well. Switching over to combines, we've got one truly new piece announced so far, and that's the John Deere X9. I'm not sure much needs to be said about this one. It's huge, it's gorgeous, and it's bound to be an extremely popular addition to the game. We also saw a fact sheet on the Case Axial Flow 9250 a little while back, and while it's not exactly new to the game, it looks like Giants has made dual tires an option on it, which is a welcome change. I'm not sure why, but personally I like the look of duals on a combine a lot better, although I can't complain about the tracks on the X9. Moving on to a couple of literally massive additions to FS22, we've got the new Holland Smart Trax T9 and the iconic versatile 4-wheel drive. These things are absolute beasts, and I'm really happy that Giants has added even more options for large tractors to the game. With that said, that does bring me to the things that I feel are missing from FS22 that would make it a truly well-rounded equipment list from a North American perspective. First and foremost, we seem to be sorely lacking in the air seeder department. The Hatzenbickler Terminator that was popular in FS17 and FS19 is gone, as is the entire Bourgault brand. We haven't seen any sign of the Vaterstad Seedhawk either, and so unless we get a last-minute announcement of a John Deere air seeder or one of those other items, it's looking like we won't have any air seeders in the game at all. That would be a huge miss by Giants, and I really hope that they've just been holding those back to make us all sweat a little bit. Turning to animals, we don't have many options at all for feed mixers. The nice big ones that we had from the FS19 Anderson DLC pack aren't listed in the equipment list that's on the Farming Simulator website, and it honestly would have been really great to see a feed mixing truck in addition to the more European-style self-propelled mixer from Stroutman. Finally, there doesn't seem to be anything from New Holland's CR Revelation line of combines, nor is there any sign of the John Deere S-Series. Again, I'm hopeful that we'll have even more options for combines, since they do seem a little limited at the moment, but that remains to be seen. Of course, Giants did hold out on us with the John Deere S-Series for FS19 and only announced that at the very last minute, so you never know what could happen. Overall, I think we have some excellent additions to the equipment lineup for Farming Simulator 22, and lots of options to keep me farming for a long time. However, I have to admit I'm a bit disappointed in some of the things that are still missing. And while part of me wants to hold out hope that they just haven't been announced yet, I'm not sure we'll get all of those things dropped at the last minute. What are your thoughts on the equipment list for FS22? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to stay tuned for more FS22 content in the future. Until then, Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.